We're talking about our number 6 best-selling shade, and that is roller shades. And roller shades come in 2 different major categories. Roller shades, where the shades are completely opaque, you can't see through them, and screen shades, where you can see through them. And we'll show you an example of both in a second. So behind me, there's a few samples. The top one is kind of a wild-looking print. Typically, they're going to be solids and textures. I don't know where we found this one. And this is actually a motorized shade, and it's kind of funny because it's getting late and I don't know where the remote is. I could use my phone to operate the shade on the app, but I'm using the phone to shoot the video. So everybody asks, well, what happens if you lose your remote? Well, there's always a manual button. So don't you worry if you lose your remote. There's always a manual button in the upper right corner of all of our motorized shades. So I just want to show you that little trick there. And there we go. And then down below, it's a little bit hard to see here, but this is a dual shade, and dual rollers are very important because, like we said before, it's nice to have 2 levels of opacity. So a roller shade is, now it's got a mind of its own. A roller shade has got basically 0 opacity, but screen shades, you can choose the level of opacity. The shade here, which I think you can barely see, this is a nice textured shade, and you cannot see through it. There's absolutely no light coming through there or anything. We can raise and lower that shade, okay, very easily with our chain mechanism. But then you can also have a second level of opacity. So this one here, this is a screen shade. So if I raise the shade in the back, you can see through this shade. So we got 2 levels of opacity. So that is screen shades and roller shades, dual shades. I'm going to show you a few more things in just 2 seconds. Okay, we're showing you different levels of opacity, and we're showing the difference in view through between a light colored screen shade and a dark colored screen shade. So here is a sample showing the openness factor of 10, 5, 3, and 1%. And we've got obviously a white shade and a dark shade. And it's kind of counterintuitive because there's more view through on the dark shade. So if you can see, okay, we're across the highway from a physical therapy store, and you can look through the dark shade and you can kind of see what's going on over there. You can't see so much with the light shade. Now again, the larger the openness, the more you can see. But just want to show you the difference between light shades and dark shades, different opacity levels. We're going to come out to your home, we're going to bring this sample, we can stick it on your window and we'll go from there. Okay, we're still talking about roller shades and screen shades. We actually have 2 different books. We have a screen shade book and a roller shade book. We're going to bring these out to your home to help you make a decision on what's the best shade for you. So in the screen shade book, we've got all different decks of fabrics, and it will say, you know, the openness factor, okay, 3 to 4%, okay. We'll show you all these great fabrics, and again, it's not all plain stuff. You know, there's some really kind of cool looking textures in there. Okay, so there's hundreds of fabrics to choose from. We've got our lookbook. We'll bring the lookbook out so you can kind of see how it's going to look in your home. You saw that openness guide that we were hanging on the door. You can see it here again, where we show openness factors, 10, 5, 3, 1%, light fabrics, dark fabrics. There's a hardware guide. We talk about dual shades, so that's all in here. In the roller shade book, it's very similar. We've got different fabrics, and since they're all completely opaque, they kind of define them as semi-opaque and opaque, and what they're really trying to say is they're all solids. They all give you complete privacy. No one can see in your home. It's just a question if you want light filtering or room darkening. They use the term opaque for room darkening and semi-opaque for light filtering. So lots of samples, hundreds of fabrics. Come check them out. Designer roller shades, designer screen shades, are number 6 bestseller. Thanks for listening.